Alrighty, welcome back. I've let the 55 down on the ground. We got both sides done for the exhaust. I'm very happy with it. I'll do a little stress test for you just to show you. Seems to be strong enough to me. But anyways, we'll go on from there. We're going to put the rear end in Jolene's Bugatti. I'm going to get Zach to help me. Zach's here again today. Thank you very much, Zach. Appreciate your help. I've got a dash here for the 55. Once I get the rear end in place, I'm going to give the dash to Zach and I'm going to get him to clean it. But right now I need his help on doing this. This is the rear end that we went up in the junkyard and got. I got Zach to clean off all the brackets, which he's done an excellent job. I just got him to polish this off because I want to weld some stuff on it to put in Jolene's car. I had to cut out the center of the wheel to make it a little bit bigger to fit the axle on the rear end. That was no problem. You can see that on Facebook, right? See that on Facebook how we done that? It was pretty simple. We took a plasma cutter and just went around it. But this is a bit big in here. It would not fit the 17-inch wheels. So now we got the wheels to fit. Never had them fitting before. The wheels have never been on the car before. Right now is what I want to do is I want to put this rear end and get it in place. Then I can weld all the stuff to it. Once I weld all the stuff to it, then I can sandblast it and have it prepared. There's a few other little things I got to do. Then I'll be ripping this apart and getting it ready for paint. Basically, what I'm going to do the second is I'm going to knock off some welds where the rear end was before. Bear with me, Zach. Just knocking off the old stuff. This is where the rear end was tacked on before, so we could roll it around. Alrighty, just knocking that out of the way. And basically what I have to do is, or what we have to do is try to get it in place. Let's go out the door your way, out that way, and then we'll shove the rear end through. Nope, no, we're gonna go in out here, and then we're gonna go underneath this, and underneath that. Cool. He said perfect, I'm with him. Alrighty. I'm gonna let it down there, and it'll move and help bring it across. No, you just stay on your end if you like. Go in slow. Hard to do by yourself, so I really appreciate Zach's help. Alrighty. This is where we're going to put the wheels on. I'll put this side up. Got a couple wheel nuts here. Put that on for you. Yeah, okay. See if you can get the wheel on. Oh, buddy. Get on. Cool. We'll just grab our little wrench, our little
gun. And
little gun. Yeah, just, don't have to be on forever. Just have to be holding. Working like I am. Good job, Zach. You get her plugged in after a while. Takes me a while too. You just want to go a little bit, right? Cool. Give her a little shot more, just to make sure it's on tight. Good. Just so I get a true read. Perfect. Need by?
Nope, never mind.
Wheel nuts right here.
Oh,
See if that one fits. I don't know if they're smaller or bigger or what they are. They fit?
Yep.
Okay. Good. Cool. Right on. Groovy. Alrighty, now we got the rear end underneath it. We got a block here. Just gonna get the rear end setting up right. Try to. Basically, what I've done is I have, yes, might want to get a jack stand, maybe, I'm not sure. It's fine for now. I'm gonna let take and get a, okay, I got a couple little things to do here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to measure and center the rear end up from here to here. It does not mean that the pumpkin center, if you notice it's off a little bit, it's one way more than the other. That's what universal joints are for. I'm going to give this give that to you. I want the, let's pull in the jack. Cool. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack this up. I'm going to tape measure. What I'm going to do is I'm just telling myself as I go here. I'm going to tape measure from the side here to the backing plate, side there to the backing plate, so we know we have it centered, have the same distance between the backing plate and the frame on both same side. Then I'm going to run a straight thing down from this to make it center. And then I'm going to tack place on this square tubing my rear end in. Very much. He's on the ball. I'm going to set Zach up for a second. This is what we're going to do. It's the dash. Fine. I'm going to get Zach to clean that up the best he can for now. We'll get you to take that off before we start because you get bumped up. There's a rust going on there. We'll get him to clean it up. And this is what I'm going to give him to clean it up with. If there's one there, get the drill. So basically, we're going to be running around on a couple different cars from now on because there's a bunch of different stuff that has to be done. A bunch of stuff. I want to, try to do a little on every car to try to bring them all forward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this sack. Did you ever use one of these before? Just a stripper wheel. They're pretty good. They strip paint and stuff. What can I say? If you get caught in the hole, it'll tear it up quite quick. But I just want to show you exactly what goes on. We can take this out and sandblast it, but today's not the day. I don't think we got a lot of snow out there. Watch. Basically, I just want you to clean the whole thing up like that. Watch. Put the paint on. Take off all the paint that you can. I'd like to see you take off that piece there before you get caught up because I know you're going to want to clean that. And just go over it with the drill. Make it all as shiny like that as possible. Take all the paint off. Get all the rust off. Don't get up in here. You don't have to get up in there because you just rip it off. We'll just take a piece of, you can clean this off with that, but if you start getting on there and start ripping that up, whatever you can't get off, we'll take a piece of sandpaper and then we'll clean it up and get it by hand. Rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Zach plays guitar and sings. Maybe later on as we get going, we'll get him to play something. But right now, this is what I want to do. You're more than welcome to do what you like there, Zach, to get that done. Okay, I'm going to jack this up. And basically, I'm going back where I was before. I'm going back where I was before. But now we have the rear end that's going in Jolene's car. We have the rear end that's going in Jolene's car. So basically, I want to get it all hooked up, get the rear end done, get the pieces welded on. What I have to do is, got my clickers on. I've got these made. If you recall, see now is the time where I'm going to get this stuff welded on and get it in place. That's basically what's going on. If you recall, it takes a second for me to get back into it, but it won't take long. That goes in there. That goes in there, so that's going to be welded on the rear end. That's obviously got to come forward to fit this. So basically, I know where the rear end's got to go because these are already in place. Ha, cool. That makes me happy. But there's an adjustment there. We have to do that. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting this stuff all back on and getting it all back in place so I can weld it to the rear end and then finish it up. I want to take this out. I have to get the pinion angle right is what has to happen here. I have to get the pinion angle right for the drive shaft, and that's why I'm getting all this stuff geared up and getting it welded on, because that's what I want to do. That's what I have to do. So to take that off, I have to get this rear end centered. Let's pull this ahead a little bit. Just want to leave them there. I don't want to leave them there. I'll end up crushing them. Got to pull the rear end ahead a little bit. Our brakes locked up, maybe. We're probably a little far on this side. That up the best I can. Measuring these from the back of the do it from that, I guess. It's in the same place, is it not? All right, these are welded in the same place. I'll take a measurement from these. And I'm just going to go like this. 6.5. It's on the outside, 6.5. Just trying to center it up so I can mock it back up again. We're at 7. So we have to go over 1/4 inch. So it should be 6 3/4. 6 3/4 right on the money. 6 3/4 right, just like 1/16, but that's fine. Just give it a nudge. Three-quarters. See, beautiful, perfect. Well, I put the measurement down. 6 3/4. 6 3/4. Now, as I put that on there, just want it down center of this right here. That's what I'm looking for. Gonna have to do that measurement again because it's moving it a little bit. Basically just want to get it the best I can. And I can adjust it with the arms back and forth how far it has to go. Yes, I can. So if it's not on right on, we can adjust it with the adjustment that we have. It's still 6 3/4. And it must be still 6 3/4 on this side. And it is so. Alrighty. Let's go down the center of that. That looks good down the center of that. Now, when I put these on, I'm going to set the pinion angle myself, but I can adjust it back and forth with this if we're, if the wheel, whatever we're going to do in the adjustment with this piece right here, this heim joint on this. This is not finished yet. I still have to run gussets in here, but that was planked on there to put it in place. And what I'm thinking is, as I put that on there, I got to put it all back in place to make it work. Excuse me, sweetheart, I'm going to go right behind you. Jolene looks amazing today, like always. And she woke up this morning at 7 looking like a 10 and a half. 10 and a half. You're looking good this morning, weren't you, huh? All right. Let's go in here like that. Minute. This is what I'm going to do. I've got to think what I want to do is I'm going to set it down on that square stock and tack it with the welder so it doesn't move on me. Once I get it in place, I get the pinion angle right. Move out of the way for a second. I'm going to have to bring the welder over, but I'm going to let this down a little bit and still see if it's still want to see if it's centered up. I'm going to grab the welder. We're going with the 220 Lincoln. That's what we're going with, the 220 Lincoln. That's what we're going with. We got enough cord, that's what we're going to use. So, a little more punch. That's what it's got, a little more punch. Wonderful. Got to clean the end of it off. So what's going to happen today is I'm going to try to get this mocked up, get it back in place, all that sort of stuff. Zach's going to clean up a few things for the 55, and then we're going to start priming some stuff because I'm basically getting closer to doing a little bit of priming on that. So I want to prime some things, get a couple things painted, get it out of the way. But have a couple things done on this so I can get Zach moving on this maybe. Maybe I can get him some sand and do some sanding on the chassis once we clear it all off. What I mean by clear it all off is take the engine out of it, take the radiator out of it. All the mounts have to be done, but the frame needs to be filled out. And that'll give him something to do and learn the process of filling. Gonna let it down a little bit more. So I'm trying to multitask a little bit. That's what I'm doing. I'm multitasking a little bit to get more done. I think we're setting on where we need to be. Looks pretty good center there for me. And remember, I have the adjustment in that to bring it back and forth. If it's not, it looks pretty good center to me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to measure it one more time. Actually, I'm not going to tack that yet because I want to set the pinion angle. The pinion angle I'm going to set with a drive shaft. Oh. I know how that goes. Pulling the cups off. Back on. Did not weld our drive shaft yet, but we will. This is a drive shaft that we've made. I'm going to get a couple nut and bolt to put in that. So I want to set the drive shaft pinion. I want to set the pinion angle before I tack that. Then I know when I set the pinion angle, I'm in place where I want to be. Then I can use this adjustment here to move the rear end back and forth or not. That's what I'm going to do. Bear with us. Nice and clean, eh? That wheel works nice, don't it?
Oh man, that's wicked.
Cool. Alrighty. Pinion angle's wrong. Right now you can see, well, I'll get going here, then we'll see what happens is when I like to set the pinion angle. I basically like to set it pretty well level. A little less than level, down just a little bit, because when it takes off and puts pressure on it, it turns up. So put a couple of these in it to get it going here. And also, I'm going to say now, this also fits a 36 or 30, 34 5 hop. This universal joint, we already did that. And Jolene's 36 Ford race car or 35 Ford race car. We know that works because we've already done it. Just going to put a couple in. Come on now, here we go. I don't need them all in, I just need a couple. See, the nuts have to be smaller on this because of the piece in the back. So we got that going on there. To me, when I look at it, I'm just going to take a look at it and adjust it that way. It's up too high. Turn the rear end down some. Not bad. Like turn it down just a little bit more because it's going to come up a little bit. So when the rear end takes off, you put pressure to it, it's going to come up. It's going to want to turn up. So if it's down level, that's nice. Then it'll come up a little bit. Yeah, just a touch more. It's not going to come up much because we're going to be welded in solid here. Use my hammer hand. We're down on the jack stand. Rear end looks nice and level in the back. I mean, it's parallel, straight up and down. That looks good. Just looking at it. Have a look from this side. I'd like to see it come down a little bit more. I'm happier with might have got away on us, it did. Just trying to get the rear end centered again. Hoping this one didn't move. And that's what I've got to get. I got to get that center is all I got to get. I'm liking the pinion angle. I'm liking that. That's fine. Now I just want to center this up. I'm going to get a plumb ball. Wait a sec. No, that's not it. Just gonna carry that back a little further. Just gonna place this in the center of this. I can tell by eye. Coming back some, you can see. Didn't want that to happen, but it did. Not saying I'm going to use it, but it fell off. Not going to worry about it this second. The cut fell off. Try and do as quick as I can. Not bad, getting closer. Getting closer. All that doing is pulling that ahead on that side. Not making me happy. Back too far. This side. Still happy with the pinion angle. 6 3/4. And I'm not. We're at 7 now. Well, we're at 7 on the other side too, so. And I guess that's from letting it down. I'm going to go right into some, right into there. 7 3/4. Three-quarter. Turn it sideways. 7 5/8. Can't squeam on that. So I'm going to tack this side. We're plumbed up in the center. We're the same distance away. I'm happy with the pinion angle. Alrighty. Jolene, happy we're working on your car? Awesome. I'm just going to tack that in place. Turn some gas on. Don't want it to take off on me. This is the time we don't want it to take off. So now I'm going to center this one up. Plumb ball. Hoping everything should stay the same distance, just moving it back a little bit. It's going to plumb the ball up here, put it in the center of what's going on here. I know I got my pinion angle about right, so I'm just going to keep playing there. It's all right. I want to that ain't there, so don't take off on me. And we can do adjustment there. It's just I want to get it as close as possible. You see how that plumb ball just went down, hit the center of the rear end. Now, that should still be 7 5/8. Seven 5/8, still the same. We're good. Let's check this one. There you go. Beautiful. I'm going to tack this side. And then I'm going to check the pinion angle again. And I just put the dry shaft in there to check the pinion angle. That's all I'm doing. It's not like it's staying in there for good. Just checking the pinion angle, see if it looks right. Pinion angle's fine. Basically, I've got the rear end probably plumb going up and down. I could take and put a level on it and check it. Let's just check it and see how good my eye is. I'm happy with what it looks like right now. Yes, I am. I'm just going to check it, just for you and me, so you can see. Ooh. So we're pointing it down a little bit. When it points, when we put a little pressure on it, it's going to come up a little bit. And this is the ball I'm looking for right here, down here. So right at the present moment, we're angled down just a little bit. And like I said, when we put the power to it, the rear end's going to kick up, and then we'll be plumb. I'm happy with that. Hope that makes sense. When you put the power on it, the rear end's going to want to turn up. So we've got it down just a little bit on the ball. I say, I don't know, 3 degrees probably, we'll guess. 3 degrees down. So when we put the power to it, it should be right on level, like straight up and down. Watch yourself, sweetie. Just want it to stay. Turn this off for a second. So, just going to check it all over again. I'm happy with the pinion angle. We're turned down just a little tiny bit. When the power comes on, I got to talk to myself over this. I'm putting this on center. Looks to be the center of the rear end, the plumb ball. Let's go to the other side. Be the center of the rear end, doing the exact same thing on that side. And what I'm saying, like I've already said it a few times, I know, but what I'm saying is the adjustment can be here, whether I need to come back and forth. Once we get these welded on and in place, which the pinion angle's right now, I can weld these on. Then I can adjust it back and forth the rear end that way. We've got it the same distance here, same distance there. We've got this pinion angle turned down just a little tiny bit, so when we put the pressure to it, it'll come up, and this will be plumb up and down. That's good. That's good. Now basically what we're doing now is putting this stuff on. And this stuff turn that out a little bit. There's that. Get the one on the other side. See, now I can start nailing this stuff down on the rear end. Couldn't nail it down on the other one because we didn't have it all set up, and this wasn't the rear end that we were using. We took that rear end and put it in Jolene's race car. Hard to believe Jolene's got a race car. That one's right on the money. Good. Tighten right. Tighten right. Now we have a measurement that we can take off. This piece of square tubing's inside the chassis on this side and that side, exactly the same. Let's put our bag in. We'll get our bag straight up and down. This is good stuff because we're going forward. We've got the rear end. It's not sandblasted, but we've got to sandblast all this stuff too. We're probably going to fill everything out so it looks really, really, really nice. I don't really want to. Put that in there. Good work ain't cheap. Cheap work ain't good. There you go. Look at that. See on the back of your shirt. Okay. Basically what I'm doing it now is I've got the rear end locked down. Pinion angles right where I want it. Pretty short, right where I want it. Yep, I like it. All right, now what I'm going to do is I just want to center these up. I guess your measurement's going to tell me that. I like this one. Come take a look at the back side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to nail one on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the measurement from here. It's not going to affect anything going up, hit or anything, I don't think. As the bag comes down, you got enough room in there. That one's fine. This one just got to come over a bit. Measuring tape will tell me, but I could eye it up if I want it to. If I want it to. There's an inch. I'm going to do this one an inch. Inch. Excuse me, here. Sorry. Inch. Just going to go back and take a look at it now, see if they're the same. Looks good on that side. Looks good on that side. You can see that the pumpkin is not in the center, and we got that little bit of an angle. That's what the universal joints are for. So if you have an engine and you have to put in a little crooked to get by your gas pedal or your brake pedal, it's okay because the pumpkins are crooked. So that tells me right there that we're all good. Now, that's tight on that. This one out. There we go. Tight on there. Just want to make sure they're tight. Going back, take a look at it again. It's good to me. Love it. Gonna tack it on. Pinion angle's right still. Moving forward. Oh, I did clean that off. I see I had some black paint on this, and it's hard to weld that stuff, and I've already got it cleaned off. That's a fantastic thing. Going to weld that in place, and then I'm going to tack it in place, and then I'm going to pull the bags out so I don't hurt them. That's what I'm going to do. Did a little work to the underneath of Joan's car. It's starting to look nice, starting to rock. What I'm using is rock guard. I'm cleaning it all up, and I'm putting a light coat on first, and then I'll keep applying it after I'll apply a little bit of rock guard underneath, and then I'm going to let it set, let it dry nice. Then I'm going to seam seal, and I'm thinking that rock guard is the exact same thing as seam sealer. So I'm going to seam seal over top of the rock guard, a light coat, and then I'm going to rock guard it again and give that nice texture. Come on, let's take a look at the dash. Beautiful. Now we'll be able to fill the dash out. I've put some pieces in here. I've welded this in, welded this on this side, welded the top in the speaker hole. I more or less just wanted to clean the dash up and have just the instruments and ashtray in case Elvis wanted to light up. And then, yeah, that's where we're going with it. But he's getting it cleaned up, looking really good. Awesome, doing a good job. He's doing a great job. So I'm going to put my helmet on. And I'm going to tack these in place. This just want to tack them in place, and I'll take the bags out, and then I'll weld it up. Tack it down the side here. Bags are coming out. That's all I needed them for. I don't plan on having a tank. I'm not sure about having a tank. Maybe have a tank to have some air in it in case we let it down somewhere, and then we have a tank to put it back up. But what we have is, I probably showed you before, I'm not sure. I'll show you here in a second. I just want to try to keep it like as if it could have been that way, I guess, is what I'm thinking. It could have been that way. So the bags do not have to be on there while I weld that up. Now I got it in place. Got my pinion angle right. I've got the rear end centered. That's basically what I have to do. I have to make sure the same distance on this side of the frame, same distance on this side of the frame, and the pinion angle right. Once I got that done, I tacked it, and then I started putting on my control arms from my rear end to my chassis. So that's basically where I'm at. Now I'm allowed to weld it all in. I was at that stage before, but I didn't have the right rear end. I wonder where I put that at. I must have moved it. The pump I had. Here it is right here. So if Jolene ever takes her car to a car show or something like that, we've got this little pump. The air comes out here. We can hook a hose on that and have a fitting on that because we're just going to run lines to it. What I plan on doing is I got lines up the front. I got a line coming here, so I got a line coming out, a T. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to drill a hole in the body of the car, so the air fitting is right in the back of the car. You just undo it like you would do the. You put it on, screw it onto your air fitting, and then pump the car back up. Might take a little bit, but it would just be maybe that air. I'm not sure. That's what I'm thinking. It might be an accessory in the trunk or something. But it's pretty cool. And it does blow quite a bit of air. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some welds on that. Ah, beautiful. You are, Jolene. Alrighty. I hope that you're excited about getting this done, because I am. Having Zach here is kind of motivating me a little bit, because I'm getting a little more done than just me working. One person on 3 cars is a bit, is a bit much. But to have Zach help do things that I need to get done, it's labor what he's putting in. He's just helping me do it because he's off right now. So basically, I'm going to throw a stitch of weld on this so it will not come off. Glasses. Can't throw a good weld on without my glasses. It's just I just don't. Can't see that well. And if it don't look good, we'll grind it and do it again. We got the 220 welded. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put more up here. Grind that and make that look nice. Doesn't look too bad. Now it's doing for the other side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to untack that, pull the rear end out, and then do it that way. So basically what I'm going to do right this second is I'm going to try to fill a lot of this right here. I'm going to fill that up, I think. I think I ran out of gas. What's that? Got a new one? It's a shame that I had to run out of gas. Should have cleaned that top off too. I'll grind that and clean that up. I might run it to do it again, make it nice. It's nice down here. This one's nice. This one's nice. I think I'll clean that one up, maybe run it again. And that's what you have. You have the chance to do it again if you want to. Grind that off. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to fill that up, weld that all shut. Just give a little bit more. Just clean that off, weld it up a little nicer. Alrighty. I'm going to get a tank of gas. We got time for a tank of gas? Alrighty. That's what we'll do. There's what I'm going. I'm going to grind that off. Clean that up a little bit, maybe run it again. This one over here is looking nice. I want to clean that off and run that before I do that. I got to change the tank of gas. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the rear end out. All I have to do is knock that off, knock that off, knock that off, pull the rear end out. Then I can get the other side really nice. Good. So we're cooking with gas. We'll have Jolene's rear end in her car. Haven't got the shocks on it yet. We're going to wait for we got a couple brackets coming. We've ordered. Cool. The brackets that we got, I think I'm going to put on the back of this and then run them up to this. So we have a bracket coming down here. And then we'll have the shocks behind this, right straight up and down, so it works really nice behind the airbag. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty, let's give away a hat or a shirt. Okay, sorry. Well, this is what's going on. I'm going to get this put together. I'm going to continue welding everything on, all the mounts, get the mounts on the rear end done. We're going to continue on with this, get the rack and pinion. We still got to put the rack and pinion on the front. Got the bracket up front there. There's a few other, got to put the shocks on the front. And then we're tearing it apart. We'll probably blast a little bit of it, fill it all out so it looks really nice. By the time that is done, maybe I can have the underneath the car done. Once it's married together, then it's painting it. Like, we're pretty close to painting it, so we're doing good. Winter's going to be good to us, I think. I'm hoping that we can pull off a couple cars, 2 or 3 cars this next year. I guess it's not this year, next year. We got Christmas coming soon. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody that watches YouTube and Facebook. Happy Thanksgiving. And that's about it. I guess we're going to start. Let's go out and take a look at what Zach's doing. Doing a beautiful job. So now what's going to happen is we can throw a little fill on that, fill it out, get it ready for some primer, throw a little fill on the back of the window, get a little bit of primer, get the back tail light put in, get a little bit of primer. Yeah, we're cooking with gas. We got the paint room kind of half cleared out. We'll switch things around. We're going to get the primer going. We'll see you tomorrow.